Okay, so first question is number 13, and you have 2x plus 7 equals 5x minus 7. First step is to distribute the numbers from the outside to inside. And let's see, I'm just going to mute your audios too. I'm going to mute your audios. You can unmute it if you have a question. Okay, so first 2x plus 2 times 7 is 14 equals 5 times x, 5x minus 5 times 7, 35. Okay, I think most of you should be able to do this. A lot of you guys always forget about doing this back part. Make sure you distribute it for both sides. And then after that, I am going to move all the x on one side, all the numbers on the other side. I think it'll be easier to move 2x to the other side so that we're not working with negative numbers. So this one cancels out. I have 3x. And then I'm going to add 35 on this side so I can cancel this out. So it's going to be 14 plus 35, 49. And then I'm going to go back to black. And then you just have to divide it by 3. Excuse me. You don't have to put it in decimals, just leave it as fractions. You can do that. So this one cancels out. X is going to be, and then you just work with this number. You can put it in mixed number form. I think you can put it, what, ones, and then 18. No. 16. And then you have a remainder of 1 over 3. Okay, any questions so far? Then 19 is going to be, okay, so you have to set up the equation based on the word question. I know it can be a little confusing, so say the difference when 7 less than a number, so I'm going to put 7 less than a number, is subtracted from twice the number. So I just do 2 times n, twice the number, and that is 12. And all you have to do is to solve this one. Now from this equation, when you have this, just think of it as a negative number, or negative 1. So you can do 2n minus 1 times n, which is 1n. And then negative 1 times negative 7 is going to be positive 7. That equals 12. Okay, so I think you'll be able to figure this out once you put the like terms together and then move this one to the other side by subtracting. Okay, I think that the part that was hard was just setting up the equation. Yeah, so it's just going to be negative 1. Just think of it as negative 1 here, and then you distribute negative 1 to both sides. So just be careful, this one changes into positive. Okay, for those who are just coming in, these 3 are the questions. If you have other questions that you want to go over, just put it in the chat, I think, and I can see it. And then I'll do 7.7, number 9. Okay, let's see. Number 9 says solve for the variable indicated. So we have v equals 1/3 LWH and I have to solve it for W. Okay. I even put it on the video as well for this one. If working with 1/3 is confusing, change the equation into LWH divided by 3, because 1/3 is really, you're dividing all of them into 3. So if you put it this way, I think it's easier to keep track of what you need to do first and second and so forth. So V equals LWH, my letter is W, so I have to leave this by itself. It's kind of hard to see. So I'm going to first do the inverse operation of multiplying 3, so I can get rid of the 3. Last step was dividing by 3, so I multiply 3 and I get rid of 3. And then I have 3v equals LWH. I still have to work on the W, so I have to divide both sides by things that you don't need, which is L and H. So I get rid of this, H. So my W is going to be 3v over LH. Any other questions? Okay. So this one I don't have the answer written down for you because I believe you guys can work on the question to solve it. Number 9 and number 13 was a little more challenging, so I worked on that one. Okay. If you don't have